Well, I finally found the time to do a JohnKill3D gaming video, rebuttal against him, but this video is more of like a top 5 reasons console gaming is better than PC gaming. I haven't done a video like this in a while, so I'm going to just mindlessly do this one, correct his misinformation. It says, by the way, that it's a troll video. But it's obviously not. I've seen a video of his really early on when he first started making his channel. One of his first video, not one of his first ones, but one of his earlier videos was actually like an hour long or something like that, 30 minutes I believe. Um, and it was criticizing another YouTuber named Rags, who criticized him based on the misinformation he was spreading. So he actually believes all of this stuff. He just started putting troll episode at the end of the video just so he wouldn't get criticized for it. But obviously that doesn't hide people from criticism. So we're just going to delve into this madness and figure out what he's saying. I hope you guys liked the video, and feel free to leave any comments or criticisms down below if you feel like you disagree with me. In any event, let's get into it. Do you mind if I skip out on your intro? Thank you. Let's get out of that right now. Oh, something I forgot to mention, and you'll notice really quickly that he says it's another top 5 reasons why console is better than PC. Let me explain this, okay? He deleted his first video, or at least privatized it, because I can't find it. So, and I was gonna do a video on it, but apparently it was either hidden or deleted from YouTube. It was actually on my watch later list, and it's gone now, so I have no clue what happened to it. So this is another video that he made, and I guess that you can consider this the second half of his top 10. Just gotta clear this up because you'd probably be very confused if I didn't tell you.
Another top 5 reasons is there's no need for endless upgrades when you play on a console.
You have to buy an entire new console every generation. Wouldn't you consider that endless upgrades?
A console is automatically built to house all your gaming needs.
Which is kind of awkward because if you think about it, the PC actually hits higher frame rates, the PC has better graphics, the PC has better controls, the PC has modability, the PC has freedom, the PC has cheaper games, the PC has more platforms to choose from, like Steam, Origin, EA's Origin, other game platforms like that. I mean, if gaming consoles had all the gaming needs that you needed, then I think having a PC would be a luxury, an absolute gem, wouldn't you?
The UI interfaces are much better. It's much easier to navigate and get your games easily, or just put in your disc and play, or just easily click your downloaded application.
This is my Steam account. Alright, we're going to browse our Steam account. Let's see how fast it takes us to get to Counter-Strike Global Offensive. Bam, right there. That was less than a second. Let's see how much it takes to get to, oh, I don't know, Brilliant Bob. Real. There he is. Bam. 2 seconds. Click. It starts up. How long does it take us to get to Counter-Strike Source? Bam. There it is. Simple. Easy. And by the way, I'm not editing this. This is exactly how fast it is. Now, let's see how long it takes us to get to Days to Die. 7 Days to Die. Days. Bam. There it is. 2 seconds. At most. It's so easy, and it's alphabetical right here. Even if you can't type, it's alphabetical here. In the friends list, it's categorical, or by default, it's alphabetical. For example, if I wanted to find Tyu Ert, so Tyu Ert, there he is, bam. Bam, right there. Wow, why are you using Steam? What the fuck? Anyway. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. You can just see the games they're playing. You can add tags to them. You can see all this other cool stuff. It's great. It's absolutely fantastic. And say simultaneously you wanted to use Discord. You can. Anyway. Now, it's just simple. I can access Steam from any of these quick links. I can go up to here to change the Steam settings. It's so easy. The notifications right here, comments, invites, items in your inventory, and yes, you have an inventory. You've got gifts. If you wanted to change this layout and you don't like it and you want to change it to grid view, guess what? You can do that. Just give it a second to load all the stuff here, because my computer, remember, is slow. but it should look like this. You've got all these different thumbnails, and if you want the console-esque experience, you can also go to big picture mode, which is located here. And you can also adjust the zoom. You can go bigger, you can go smaller, and again, you can search. Say I wanted to play Hitman. Bam, just like that. Oh yeah, and I have to install this one. Anyway, simple peasy lemon squeezy. That took about 2 minutes, and I mean, I've already explored all of Steam practically, except for going to everywhere else. But you can't go everywhere else just by a single click. You have to go scroll, 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 scroll. So yeah, I mean, I feel like Steam would be much better in terms of accessibility simply because of the fact that you can search, and simply because of the fact you can navigate it with the mouse and keyboard. Look, if I wanted to go alphabetically, oh, there it is, medieval engineers. Let's go back up to, oh, something else happened. Oh, there you are, 7 Days to Die. Bam, there it is. So, you know, let me go back to this one. Recent news, achievements, all here. It's beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous. Anyway, let's get back to the video. I hope this proved a point.
Everything is much easier for you to find than going on a PC.
It's either just as fast or much, much faster to find a game on a PC than it is on a console. I've shown that.
And you don't need to constantly buy the new parts as they come.
This is also true for the PC. If you see a new part and you don't want to buy it, guess what? You don't have to buy it. Games do not require the newest of the new graphics cards. People are still rocking games at 60 FPS 1080p on 770s. Literally, go look it up.
The only thing you probably would have to do, like say with a PS4 or Xbox One, is just increase your terabytes, but that's...
You probably mean storage.
Easy to do, unlike popping in different RAMs, different cords, different pieces to your computer, just to make sure it can even run the damn games.
This shows exactly how much you know, JohnKill. Listen, RAM, insignificant. If you have 8 gigabytes or more, insignificant. I mean, even 8 gigabytes. Just 8 gigabytes. Boom. That's it. That's all you need. You don't need any more RAM than that, unless you are doing some really high quality video editing. I mean, I'm using 8 gigs and I'm editing this video right as we speak, but, you know, some people want higher quality, I suppose. Anyway, you didn't mention graphics card, you didn't mention CPU, you didn't mention motherboard, hell, you didn't even mention the power supply. I don't think we should take you seriously. You have absolutely no knowledge as to the parts inside a PC, and to be honest, all you need to do is a quick Google search. I mean, seriously, list of PC parts, bam, that's all you need to do.
So, consoles in that respect will always be a step ahead in not needing constant upgrades.
Well, you need to upgrade a console mandatorily, because if you don't, then you don't get the new games. However, on PC, I haven't upgraded my shitty-ass laptop for 3 years now, and it's still shitty. But I can still get the new games, and I can still run them at 30 FPS. You, on the other hand, must upgrade.
Because the only time you need to upgrade is when a new console comes out.
Notice you said need to upgrade.
You don't need to upgrade almost every month or every few months with new parts just to sustain your PC gaming, because that sucks.
I've been gaming practically all my life on shitty computers. I have not played on a single gaming PC. I mean, there might have been one time that I played on a semi-powerful computer, but to my knowledge, I haven't played on a decent PC. I mean, this one's decent, but goddamn, it's on the low spectrum of decent. And I'm still enjoying PC games. I still love them. I would rather them more than console games. That should say something.
I could play comfortably on a console. I don't need to sit in front of a monitor all the damn time, or the entire time I'm playing, you know, hunched over at a desk where my hands can get cramped using a mouse and keyboard.
Well, you could play on the PC with a controller if you do desire to do so. Also, that was a great volley of buzzwords. Here, let me give my example. I hate it when I'm sitting on a chair, like just about 20 feet from the screen, because I can't see really. I need glasses, and whenever I forget my glasses upstairs, I have to just fucking walk up there up my crazy stairs. My knees hurt, and I have to walk 20 feet to my room. Then I have to bend over and grab my glasses, and then come all the way back down to my console, and then sit down again. And when I actually grab the controller, I forget that it wasn't charging last night, so I have to sit really close to the TV and take the charger that was gifted to me by the console, so I didn't have to go and buy another longer one, because who wants to do that? I'm a console peasant. So I'm sitting about only 20 centimeters from the screen, and my eyes are blaring out of my skull, just absolutely exploding, and I can't see worth a shit, because now I have to look to the left and look to the right and constantly be moving my head, and then my fingers get cold from holding this controller, this 2-pound controller up, so when I put it down at my lap, now it feels like my shoulders are hunched, and now I can't sit up straight because my controller's in my lap, and I'm also leaning sort of backwards to see the entire screen, and it's ridiculous. And I hate it, the 20 millisecond input lag on many TVs, and even greater on mine downstairs. I mean, Jesus Christ, that really sucks playing on controllers. The point of this was to show how easy it is to throw buzzwords around and prove your point. I mean, you have not proven anything. Sure, you might have shown some preference and whatnot, but it was greatly exaggerated, and even you know that. You do not need to be hunched over. You can play comfortably at a mouse and a keyboard. Hell, I do it all the time. I don't have carpal tunnel. I don't have wrist problems. My fingers haven't hurt at all. And I'm still playing very, very comfortably at my computer and at my keyboard and mouse. Again, this is coming from someone who knows how to play on a PC, and even someone who didn't know how to play on a PC could do this. Hell, my friend who doesn't play on PC at all, when she came over to my house, she tried playing Minecraft on the computer. Her fingers were placed awkwardly, but once I told her how to put the fingers, then she was playing very comfortably. Again, it does not take a genius to play on a mouse and keyboard comfortably. You just need to find out what posture suits you comfortably. Speaking of comfort, which is a subjective matter, you, again, have not proven an objective benefit to consoles, because, again, this is subjective. Comfort, suitability, ease of use, that's all under the subjective umbrella. When you could have been using objectivity to support this claim, no, you use subjectivity.
And even using the controller, I still don't want to sit in front of a computer screen.
Why? A computer monitor offers you less input lag than traditional TV sets.
I'd rather sit back on my bed or sit back on my couch with my controller and play on a very large television, probably a 4K television, or, you know, I forgot what the largest size TV is, but you get the 60-inch, 70-inch, I don't know.
Why play on such a big screen? I mean, seriously, people have limits, you know. That's for like a theater.
Just the largest TV possible.
Ooh, that sounds pretty expensive. You might want to consider PC as a cheaper option.
Instead of playing on a small monitor screen and with resolution that you can even get on the TV, it's not much of a difference.
Yeah, this is just like saying that 30 FPS is no different than 60 FPS. This is an absolutely disdained argument that PCs gamers like me absolutely despise. It is completely garbage. It is a terrible argument that can be easily disproven by a simple Google search. Saying that there's no difference between playing on a computer monitor and playing on a TV is ridiculous. Do a simple Google search. First of all, you'll find that resolutions on a smaller monitor show up better and more clearly because you're sitting closer to the screen, and because they're more condensed, that it shows up as more beautiful than on a TV, unless you're playing at higher resolutions like 4K or 1080p, which nowadays consoles don't currently do. Secondly, as I've mentioned before, there's less input lag, meaning you don't get much of a delay when aiming and shooting. These are among the many different benefits of playing on a computer monitor than on a TV.
So, you will always play comfortably with consoles. There is no doubt about it.
Presenting your subjective opinions as objective proofs is disingenuous. You, sir, are wrong.
Instead of being in the dark, I could just be in the warm lit of the living room, or probably, yeah, in the dark of my bedroom, but at least I'm comfortable laying on a bed, sitting on a beanbag chair, sitting on a lounge chair, you know, pull the little seat thing back, pull the little leg part up, pop your legs up, instead of just going with a keyboard going click a click click a click click a click. You know, damn near gonna give yourself dyslexia.
Oh my god, there's so much shit coming out of your mouth. I just got E. coli infections.
Trying to use a keyboard and mouse, trying to play your game.
Always remember, guys, JohnKill3D said you will get dyslexia from playing on PC. Word.
We could just play comfortably sitting on the sofa, you know. But that's from experience, you know.
And subjective bias, and possibly simply just exaggeration.
Sitting on a sofa is easier.
How does it take more effort to sit in a swivel chair? Really?
Hardware expenses and the complexity.
I can see where this is going. Prepare your anus.
It is very expensive to just put your PC together and build it. This ties into the first reason, but the expenses and its complexity is, it's very complex for some people. Not all people. Like if you're a technophobe, or not technophobe, a fucking technomaniac, then you could put your PC together.
Does it take a Lego maniac to put Legos together? That's what I thought. It's literally putting Legos together. If it doesn't fit, don't put it there. But there are literally places for every single part. It's not like you're soldering things onto a motherboard. It's not that complex. You're literally putting the pieces together. It's a jigsaw puzzle.
Other than that, the common person or the common gamer just doesn't want to go through all that, where they can just easily pop the console in and start going away and playing.
At lower frame rates, at worse graphics, with a terrible method of input, while paying online, having more expensive games, less choice, no modability practically, except if it's on a specific game. Cut content, pre-orders up the asshole. But I suppose that's what you settle for not taking the extra 30 minutes to put your PC together like a jigsaw puzzle.
So, consoles are not complex.
This subjectivity depends on who you ask. Again, I can easily say PCs are not that hard.
Not at all. And I've heard people say, oh, consoles are complex for them.
You've heard people say consoles are too complex for them?
It's probably because they don't have the patience, or they just don't have the brainstem to handle just, you know, very simple, easy to pick up and play gaming.
Ooh, ouch, ad hominem. Seriously though, this is still subjective, and it obviously shouldn't be used to defend the console and also simultaneously bring down the PC as a terrible, terrible gaming platform. Again, I don't care what your preferences are. I don't care what you think is more easy. I don't care what you think is cheaper, which, by the way, consoles are not cheaper unless you're playing single-player games. But other than that, I don't care what your preferences are. I don't care what your comfort fifis are. I don't care what your subjective biases are. Just don't go spreading that shit as fact on the internet, because you're taking potential customers away from PC gaming when you do that. You know, and people always say, well, why is your community so small? Well, why is the PC market so small, even though it made $30 billion last year? I mean, people ask this, and then they're simultaneously on the internet saying, the PC's too complex, stay away. You know, and it's always the console people that say that the PC is too complex. No PC gamer really has ever said that the PC has been too complex for them. Nobody who's put the effort into playing on PC, nobody who's had time put into PC gaming, at max a week, can tell you that the PC is hard to use, because it's not. You literally have search bars. You literally have program files that you can manage. And you have Steam, which can manage your games for you. So, I mean, I don't get what the big deal is about PC. It's really not that hard.
So PCs are very complex for some people.
This may be true, but again, this shouldn't be used as a fact against PC gaming.
No, actually for most people. Not some, but most.
What? Excuse me, but to say most, you would need to provide something to back that up.
If they have the time and effort for it, I'm sure they can do it, but why would they do that? A real gamer just wants to pop in, go and play.
No true Scotsman fallacy here. A real gamer does not buy a console. That is literally what you're saying here. A real gamer plays games. Period. It doesn't matter what platform. A real gamer plays video games. That is what a real gamer does. However, gamers who want to play hardcore games, thus hardcore gamers, would play the PC because it offers you more options, it offers you the mouse and keyboard, it offers you skillful games. On console, you get little arcade shooters like Call of Duty.
Hell, probably the Nintendo Switch will do better than a PC, or probably be more powerful than that.
This is just utter stupidity. I mean, wow, you have to be a fool to actually believe this. The Nintendo Switch has performed at 40% power while undocked, playing the Zelda Breath of the Wind. How is that more powerful than any PC? Hell, my PC is more powerful than the Nintendo Switch, and it's not docked. Literally, I can unplug my PC right now, and it would play games at a moderate FPS.
The physical appearance of users, oh my god, I know the difference between console gamers and PC elitists.
The problem with this entire argument, not only the fact that it's filled with ad hominems, but you are judging people based off of how they look like, and you're using this as a basis to tell someone why consoles are better than PC. Now, during the editing of this video, I started thinking that this perhaps was a troll, but again, I've looked at JohnKill3D's channel in the past, and he just added these to his title. So, I mean, he's probably just as stupid as NoobTube Gamer is. You know? I mean, neither of those guys are trolling. I feel as though he's trying to make it seem as a troll video just to get his opinions on the internet. I mean, people are gonna see troll episode in the title, but I'm not sure many people are gonna know what that means unless he explicitly states it in the beginning of his video, which is a valid criticism I have for him. If this truly is a troll video, then he should probably say it explicitly in the beginning of his video, or at least somewhere on his channel, instead of just, you know, saying troll ep.
Now, casual PC gamers, they're not the ones that look like the size of a house.
In other words, the fatter you are, the more of an elitist you are. Doesn't matter if you're casual.
I've seen a PC elitist with dozens of zits look like he got hit with puberty every day of his life, even before birth. You could tell this motherfucker.
The following are examples of angry console gamers. Thank you very much, Cringecore, for the video.
It goes past him, and this motherfucker knifes me after I knife him and kills me! How the fuck does that work, Infinity Ward? And for all you guys that are gonna bitch in the comments, Sledgehammer, whoever's fucking making the multiplayer, I don't know, suck my ball sack 2 times, give it to me, baby! What? So anyways, I saw the XM25, and boy did my dick get hard!
Hello guys, this is my next episode. Now my dad's gonna set up my Wii. Say hello, Dad.
Hello everybody.
So he might take a long time.
Not that long,
Yes, he will.
because you see fast. Alright, darling.
Capturing C! They're capturing C! They're capturing C! They're capturing C! Oh my god, they captured C. Now we're gonna lose. Now we're gonna lose all because of you. Capture B. Capture B first. Capture B. Watch out for the green. Move! Oh, why? All you have to do is move out of the way and not get hit with a grenade! I can't even do this!
Those excerpts were from a video Cringecore made called Angry Console Gamer Compilation. Now, I'm not going to sit here and judge every single one of those users based on their physical appearance like you did, asshole. Anyway, I hope you can see now that what you said was completely false and completely uncalled for.
Console gamers, we can actually still get up and physically do what we need to do.
I'm really not sure about that first one. It surprises me that he can talk,
We don't have to rely sitting on our asses all the time.
even though you're literally sitting on your ass to play a console game.
But a PC elitist prefers to just sit on their ass all day, not care how fat they would get, or they look like slobs while they're doing it.
What about the first example that I provided? What about the second one? What about the third one? He was mildly overweight.
I mean, that's just kind of like, they rather play their game. Yeah, they have everything they want with their game, but it's like they don't take their hygiene into account. So I mean, physical appearance of a user is a detriment, you know. These guys look like slobs, and that's why the 30% of PC gamers, the 30% PC elitists, they just look like house wrecks.
JohnKill, I've seen a video where you stood in front of a webcam, and let me tell you, you have cushion for the pushing too. Again, using the physical appearance of users that play on a platform in order to determine the superiority of that platform is absolutely ridiculous. It's a terrible argument. It's all up to the person and not up to the platform. Again, I don't know if you're this stupid or you're actually trolling, but I'm gonna go with the former because, again, I've seen these videos before they were named troll episode, and I've seen the arguments you've got onto on Twitter. Instead of saying it was just a troll, it was just a troll, you keep saying and trying to defend your argument until you were proven wrong, and then you say it's just a troll.
Now, the final part is graphics don't determine the experience.
Just gonna clear something up before we get into his argument. Graphics, in and of themselves, don't determine the experience. However, graphics coupled with frame rate, coupled with the gameplay in and of itself, that determines the experience. Graphics are a really big deal to some people, and some people really like seeing something beautiful. It's like looking at a low production quality video or movie and then looking at a high production value movie. You know, there's a difference. You can take that into consideration. And also, bad graphics does not mean simple aesthetic like Minecraft. That does not have bad graphics, it just has a simple sort of graphics. It has a simple style to it. And that's done for the artwork of the game. But something that has bad graphics is something that's really it hurts to look at. And that's why we don't like bad graphics. Now, I'm not a graphics guy myself, but I can tell you I'm not playing a game if it hurts my eyes.
A PC elitist's term for the great gaming experiences is how their game looks.
And again, that's their subjective preference. You shouldn't have a problem with that.
I mean, just because the game can look beautiful and look pretty, that doesn't mean it's fun.
Again, this is true, and the people that like graphics know this. However, they still take precedence in graphics over frame rate or over certain aspects of gameplay. For example, the people that play Battlefield 1, ignoring the fact that it was sort of a disappointment as opposed to, you know, Battlefield 4, they play the game because it looks beautiful. Same thing for Fallout 4. Fallout 4 looks absolutely gorgeous, but in terms of gameplay, it was completely simplified from, you know, as opposed to New Vegas or Fallout 3. Same thing with BioShock Infinite. That game looked beautiful, but again, that didn't have any real tonics, it didn't have any switchable ammo types, nothing. But I think you can see a trend here. A lot of people on PC like their graphics being gorgeous. They like the fact that they can see a beautiful, beautiful, realistic looking game. And that's nothing to be ashamed of. Of course, liking a really beautiful game and it being seriously, seriously shitty, that's, you know, another thing, and people will notice that. People notice a shitty game even though it's got great graphics. But again, you haven't noted a single game that was actually shitty, like absolutely shitty, even though it had great graphics. The examples I mentioned are, well, they're fun to an extent. Not to me personally, but to other people who haven't played the previous games or that just really don't care or didn't like the advanced roleplay element of, say, Fallout 3 would really like Fallout 4. Even though Fallout 4 should not have been part of the Fallout franchise because it's very, very simplified.
Okay, you could play a game that looks like ass and still have a good time.
This is the other side of the spectrum. The first side of the spectrum was a beautiful game that played like ass, and now the other side of the spectrum is a game that looks like ass that plays beautifully. Neither one can be appealing to everybody. Only a few people would like those games, but the ones in the middle that have decent graphics and decent gameplay are games that people really enjoy. Call of Duty. But see, there are different parts of the spectrum here, okay? There's the ends that people like, there's a section in between that people like, there's a section on the sides of the between that people like, and there's sections that, you know, there's just different types of games people like, and it all depends on subjective bias and subjective preferences, which, again, you should not have a problem with.
Mind you, there's a lot of games out there that they look like hell, but yet people still have fun with them.
Killing Floor looks like hell. Okay, jokes aside, yes, older games people do enjoy. For example, the first couple Tomb Raider games, Tomb Raider Angel of Darkness, and there's, like, Deus Ex, the first one. There's the first Doom. I mean, a lot of people do enjoy those games, but they don't have bad graphics, they just have old graphics. If you play the indie game Evil, you know what bad graphics are.
Am I right or wrong? People still have a blast. Graphics will never determine the experience of true gaming.
What shouldn't determine the true gaming experience is you, my friend, because you have no say in the matter. It depends on the subjective preferences of the person that plays the game to decide for themselves what kinds of games they like.
The experiences is for the player to experience the game for himself, and if they like it, if they like the game, whether it's shitty to someone else, as long as it's fun for them, hell, I'll even tell you right now, I had a good time playing the Amazing Spider-Man 2 movie tie-in game. Oh wow, I'm probably gonna catch some shit for that, but I know the game looked like shit, but it was still fun. It was still a quick Spidey adventure. So
I don't care about your preferences of gaming, and you shouldn't care about other people's preferences in gaming either.
that's all I gotta say for this list, guys.
Well, I'm not going to deal with your outros, so we're just going to stop the video here. Alright, throughout the editing of this video, as I've said before, I kept thinking, wow, this guy must be a troll. But I've seen his Twitter arguments, and I've seen his previous YouTube videos, and personally, I don't think it is. I think it's just a conduit for his opinions, his shitty-ass opinions, to get on the internet. To be honest, I think that's what he's doing. Unless he specifically states to people, and so there's no no misunderstanding, there's no room for misinterpretation, because a lot of people have been doubting his troll episodes. So unless he states specifically that those are troll episodes and are not his beliefs, to people that do stumble upon his videos and see that this is this atrocity of a video, so they don't believe all the stuff he says, because he says them with such seriousness that it's really hard to even think about the meaning or to try to pick out the verbal irony in his tone. It's really hard to think that he's trolling. It actually sounds like he's serious in this. So again, my final criticism for him is that if this is a troll video, then he needs to explicitly state it, because at this point, really nobody believes him. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Gamer Z,